So we are going to introduce our next brand. So we have Varenti Brushes. Let's learn a little bit about them, their heritage, their history, and just a little bit of who likes them too. So let's see and hear, hopefully, what they think.
So I'm getting ready right now and I wanted to talk about Varenti Beauty. You guys have heard me talk about them before. I love this makeup brush company. They just work so well for my face. I love the Pro Blending Brush. I would say it's my favorite one. So if you guys...
I just did my everyday natural makeup routine using the Varenti makeup brushes that I talk about all the time. What I love about them is that they have a really minimalist design, which you guys have said that you really love.
So I am excited to have this amazing brand on and learn about these beautiful brushes. And I know our makeup artistry community is too. So without further ado, I would love to bring on the founder, Stephanie Vargas. How's it going today?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Johnny?
Oh, you know, always a good day when you have beauty in your hands, brushes ready to paint something, and learning about these amazing founders like you, like we've met today, just, leading a revolution in beauty. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Johnny. Beautytap as well. I'm so excited to talk with you guys.
We are excited to learn about you. So just like I've asked today, we're going to hear about your brand. We're going to hear about the featured product. But what I want to hear is a little bit about you first. So what was your journey in creating this, just coming into the industry first? How did you get here? And then what led to the creation of Varenti? And then we're going to get into a little bit deeper history with some slides. But tell me, where did you start? How did you get here?
So I currently work in finance and I work with small business owners. And I did notice that there was a gender gap. And I really wanted to help change that. So I knew I was really passionate about cosmetics and makeup. And so one thing that I always kind of was drawn to were makeup brushes and how having the right tools really allows you to apply any type of makeup, whether it's drugstore or from Sephora. So it really started, I would say, a few years ago in my mind. As a dream, and then slowly I started working on it little by little, and it kind of has brought me here today.
And we're glad to have you here today. So let's learn a little bit about the brand. What's modern beauty about? So you kind of mentioned, you had a dream, you had an idea, and I truly do believe modern beauty is created not only by, the amazing founders, but the founders are also beauty professionals. I won't say that for, a lot of brands. Some brands created just for this, just for that, for this market, for this demographic, but you created it as a beauty consumer. So tell me a little bit about modern beauty, and then we'll get into your vision and some other aspects of beauty too.
Absolutely. So Varenti Beauty is a luxury brush company based in New York. And what we really wanted to do was help empower women entrepreneurs by giving back with each purchase. So when you are purchasing a Varenti Beauty brush, you are giving back to the community as well. So it's something that we really wanted to make sure that we were doing with our brand. As I mentioned before, the vision started a few years ago, and it came to life maybe about 2 years ago in 2019. As I mentioned before, I've been working in finance for a long time. I think it's going to be about 10 years now. And so I still see that gender gap, and I want to help change that, to be honest with you.
And you mentioned before getting into the next bit that it's really, there's just that need for empowering those, be it women in the industry, not just, we have so many women in the beauty industry, but women leading brands is not heard. Women in the boardrooms of brands, it's so interesting who we might see on the front lines compared to who's running a brand. And it's important to empower, and we've had a lot of empowerment today, which is amazing. So past that, what is kind of your vision that you see with this brand?
So our vision is really to use our resources and our platform to help grow other businesses and help them and empower them to succeed. We of course want to be successful. We want to reach our goals. We want to, get to the next level. But it's also so rewarding when we get to help other business owners do the same thing. So that's really important to us, and something that we believe in.
So
Yeah.
yeah, with that and the empowerment, and kind of going to what's so important here within your values is can you give us some maybe examples of what you do as a brand, as a brand founder, to actually help support and empower women, people, anybody within the community? Can you give us some examples of things that we see you do that we can do ourselves too?
Awesome. So I do mentor a few people that are starting out in their business. So mentoring someone is really important. Giving them support is really important. When I first started my beauty brand, I didn't really have enough support. And I realized with time that support from someone else that's been doing it can take you really, really far. So definitely I do mentor. We also support people in our community. And as I mentioned before, we also, for each brush that is sold, we do give back through donations.
So I think we've answered this question. It's really supporting the community. You're giving back here. Experts in the chat function, throw out either suggestions or ways that you support the community. We would love to hear how you support the community yourself, or ways you would suggest a brand to support the community. Today, we've heard everything from supporting local charities, helping women get back out there, helping those in the community who may just need a little pick-me-up or just need a little bit of love there. There's so many ways we can go about that. I see Bailey Ann says supporting small businesses, getting those brushes into the hands of some of the smaller apothecaries, or just going to shop there too. I think, I love that. New York, man, there's a million small, amazing stores there. We have them in LA too. Support everybody, digital or physical, right? Be it an Etsy shop or be it a small pop-up shop on Melrose or on Broadway. Sorry, I'm not a New Yorker. I don't know where all the shopping areas are.
No worries.
Roxanne says serve to shelters. So we've heard that today. Helping those in less need, especially our hair experts are great at that. Renita said, oh, I missed, it's going too fast. They're passionate here in the chat function. YMCA, supporting them there. Beautiful, beautiful. Giving to the youth in the arts. I've supported many drama clubs and drama programs through free artistry and education. And you're doing what you have a passion for at the same time. It's different from just doing a service or, serving food, right, at a shelter. If you do it happy, you do it because you enjoy it, you do it because to put a smile on someone's face, that's the payoff. That's what we want to do and how we can support each other, right? I want to support a friend or an expert or, another beauty professional because I'm so happy that I can support them.
Absolutely, yeah.
You mentioned, when we start off a brand, we didn't have that, So I'm so happy. How do you, this is from Jenny, now that you've learned so many things, you've came from a place where you didn't have a support and now you are supporting other brands. How are ways that you support upcoming brands or artists or people like that as a company?
I love to invest in their businesses. If it's a new brand that just came out, purchasing their product or reaching out to them. Hey, how's your, business going? What's the process looking like? Just being there for someone to listen to, or, purchasing their product is so helpful and encouraging to them, especially when they're starting out, because it can be very difficult and really hard in the beginning because, you know, it's something that's brand new that you haven't done before. So it can be a little scary. So, you know, being there for them, reaching out to them often and saying, hey, you know, I'm a mentor for you if you do need me. It gives us, or it gives me, a really great feeling when you get to help someone out and then you see their growth little by little. It gives us a great feeling, or me a good feeling.
And how amazing to know or to see their journey and to just be there, you know, just being there as a mentor is so important. And a mentor sounds like, okay, I'm a brand owner to help a new brand. That's one aspect, but how about a makeup artist to someone starting out? How about a hairstylist to a makeup artist going to cosmetology school?
Yeah.
You know, there's so many forms of mentorship or just support. And I think
and it makes the community, it makes the community much stronger.
And it builds the community. I've mentioned this before. Here today, you're seeing 100 plus in our community, but we have thousands. But historically, beauty professionals aren't community driven. You know, we work very independently. So let's continue to build the beauty community to a level it has never been built before. Okay. So I think we've learned so much about the brand, so much about great ethics that I think any brand can live by. Well, let's talk about the product. Come on. Let's learn about the product that they get in their hand. So what's our featured product that we will be sending to our beauty pros and them to experience?
Yes, so the star of the show, the Pro Blending Brush. It's really, you can pretty much use it as anything, but it's mostly to apply your foundation. You can even use it to apply your blush or even to apply your bronzer. And it blends it in so perfectly. And it leaves like a gorgeous blurring result. The brush is also made in Italy with the highest quality and care. And it's also vegan and the bristles are synthetic. As I mentioned before, you know, having a brand and having a message is really important. And each of every brush that we do offer through our website also has a message behind it. So the Pro Blending Brush message behind it is, you know, living with gratitude. Every time I am using it in the morning, I do remind myself, hey, you know, have more gratitude. It turns what you currently have into enough. So definitely having more gratitude in your life can really, you know, change your day, especially when you're starting out in the morning. So definitely, I love the Pro Blending Brush. You guys are gonna love it when you get your hands on it. I'm open to any suggestions or feedback. I know my information is gonna be towards the end. So definitely, I hope you guys love the brush. Yes, it is made in Italy. And, you know, I think we're doing a great job with this Pro Blending Brush.
So I want to show some close-ups here. Let's bring this bad boy back. Let's bring him to spotlight. So I want to just show some of the beauty of this brush. So come on. So I love the simplicity. As an artist, I love longer handles. Of course, for those who aren't makeup experts, the farther you hold it back, less pressure, lighter application. Closer you hold it, more pressure, more product, right?
Right.
Then beautiful, synthetic, correct? On this brush?
Yeah.
Okay. Love the tapered finish. So right here, I have a beautiful powder. So applies product very evenly, but not too much. Beautiful. This is a tinted foundation powder. I like that I can apply stippling, or I can buff with just the tapered head of it. Product is even, smooth. Blushes. Here you go. What do I got here? A beautiful pink here. Now, again, if I hold a blush here, that's a lot of blush, guys, right? If I hold here, that's a light application. So light application. Holding it here, full application. So just be careful where you hold it. But in the end, when the brush is clean, if I hold it from the back, I blend it out right there. Beautiful, smooth, very even. And then for liquids, I'm doing me a good old BB cream here. So let me get a little bit on my brush. Here you go. Blend, blend, blend. This is a new brush. I'm hopefully not mixing it and blending it out. It blends smooth, soft, evenly. It does not streak. Let's see, can we see my dry hand? But at least the product, you know, it's a matte product, but you can see no streaks, very evenly. And keeping that product right at the head is beautiful right there. So beautiful multitasker, beautiful for so many people, and great quality. Another product is, if we take care of it, it will last a long, long time. So
absolutely, yeah.
I think we learned a lot there. So I'm gonna quickly take that off right quick. So question time now. What experts, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand. If you have a thought in how you're going to use this in your work, tell us, or let's ask the brand. So I have a question from Kim already, and it says, what is the best way to cleanse and sanitize because of COVID? This is a big conversation in artistry, especially on Clubhouse right now, is how do I stay safe that I'm going to set or things like that? So from a brush brand creator perspective, can you give us ways to sanitize these properly, or just in general, since you do get connected with other professional artists?
Yeah, absolutely. Just warm water and some soap. It can even be a bar soap, to be very honest with you. And it will definitely cleanse your brushes really well. Or if you wanted to purchase a specific brush cleanser as well, you can definitely use that. But simple soap and warm water can easily cleanse your brushes. I like to, since I am using foundation with the brush, I do like to cleanse it every time I use it. So definitely a little bit of soap and water goes a long way.
Beautiful. So we talked about supporting brands. Everybody wants to know where you're from in the world and how you're supporting your community, your nation, your ethnicity, or all around. Is it important to the brand, or any shout outs you can throw out there?
Yeah, so I think the first question was where I'm from, like where I live.
Yeah, you said New York, right?
Yeah, New York. So I'm actually in Queens, New York.
Queens. And so you are a proud American. So we are supporting their Brushes Made in Italy brand, really made in the Bronx or New York, somewhere around there. And then we always love to talk about, where, we started from. We just talked with Varenti Brushes, and their family came over from Italy too, and continued that tradition. Any shout outs you can do, with your family? Where did you come? Where did our family bring us here to the Bronx? Has your family always been in the Bronx?
Oh, no, I've been in Queens. I've always been born and raised in Queens.
Oh, Queens. I keep saying Bronx, sorry. Beautiful.
Yeah, born and raised in Queens. I'm Latina. So my parents did come from the Caribbean. But I've been born and raised in New York for a certain amount of years now, not to disclose my age. But yeah, born and raised. I wanted to find quality brushes, and Italy has one of the highest quality items out there when it comes to beauty. If you guys purchase a high quality beauty item and you look at the back, most of the time you'll see it says made in Italy. So that was one of the things we really wanted to, incorporate in our brand as well, high quality.
Becky did shout that out, and she was asking why instead of Japan. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a brush snob.
I'm open to Japan too.
Yeah. Yes. And what I've found is your Japanese fude brush, Japan has, such a heritage with creating brushes for calligraphy. But guys, Italy, there are towns in southern Italy that have made brushes for almost 500 to 600 years. So Italy and Japan are your places. So if you want high quality brushes, that's the place to go. And I will admit, there's from an artistry perspective, Italian brushes tend to do a lot better with powders, solid powders, or richer creams because of the hair type and the shapes, or Japanese brushes are very beneficial for the eye makeup, the smaller detailing, and the liquids. Just a little insight there, but I'm excited that we get these amazing Italian brands. 2 Italian-made brushes today, one for the hair, one for the face. Excited. So I have a hand raised. So
you do.
You feel free to take yourself off mute. You don't have to be on camera. That's okay. And you know me with names, so I'm so sorry. Lesha, how's it going? What question do you got? And please correct me if I got your name wrong.
Yes. My name is Aisha. I'm from Atlanta. So me per se, when doing makeup, I like brushes that dry fast. Some brushes like hold water and it takes longer to dry. I was just wondering, how long does it take to dry?
Oh my God, that's such a great question. So just a few hours ago, I washed mine and I rubbed it against a towel to dry. So I would say, to be honest, not even exaggerating, maybe 10 or 20 seconds or less than a minute to really fully dry. So you guys, so really great drying power there. So I would say even less than a minute, to be very honest with you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And I find that when we're doing quick cleans, topical cleans, because this brush, let me go grab one, because this brush is so dense, cleaning the top, it's going to dry super fast. If we do a deep clean in the sink with soap, you're going to have more water there, right? Probably going to take a little bit longer. But what I love is this type of hair doesn't hold as much moisture where an animal hair brush would, right? A pony hair, a goat hair, a squirrel hair. Your Japanese brushes get your squirrel and your fox use there. Those hairs hold moisture a lot longer too. So I have a question here, I think from a few people. Oh man, now I lost the OG who first added this question, but a few of our experts asked, can you remind us what the fibers are made of in this brush?
So they're synthetic.
So synthetic, beautiful synthetic. Really, to be honest, this is such a multi-purpose brush. But I love synthetics for liquids, for creams, but this brush does work great with powders. Again, where you hold it is the pressure. I just know some of you will rush in with this brush with the thick cream blush and it gets too dark because it has good pressure on it. So just be aware where you hold the brush. More pressure, less pressure changes the application. You mentioned how we wash it, beautiful. Now you have many brushes on the site, right? Do they come by themselves? Do they come in sets? How do you, what other brushes should we know about quickly? And how can we get them?
So they do come individually. You guys can find them on varentibeauty.com. There is a set that we do offer. It's an eyeshadow set, which has 3 brushes. But the ones for your face, the Pro face brushes, they're all individual.
Beautiful. So I have a question from Dorian. Would you say this gives you light coverage or full coverage finish? I'm assuming to foundation. I have my thought, but I want to give it to you first, Stephanie.
Yeah, it really depends on the foundation that you're using. So today I used a full coverage makeup stick or foundation stick. But I normally on my day-to-day basis, I also use like a tinted moisturizer or a regular liquid foundation. But each one applies, well, the brush you can pretty much use it for any of them and it still leaves a flawless look on your face. Not too much or not too little as well. But it also depends what type of foundation you're using, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. It really does depend. I do find these smaller, more dense brushes do a lot better with the sticks and the creams. Now, I will say this, if you're using some of these lighter, these really brand new foundations that are water-based that are lighter, I can see, and that's why I showed you the close-up. If you hold really close here, it's gonna streak like a water-based foundation. If you hold it from here, it's going to blend it beautifully. So again, holding it is really
Yeah,
important. For those who balance is important. I don't know, some of you are samurai is important, balancing your sword. This is pretty balanced. The ferrule and the brush are pretty balanced to the handle there. So it's not too light. Wood and lacquer here with some weight to it. Love the black on black finish. I'm a Gothic at my heart, so anything just black on black, I'm good there. And beautiful, smooth application, very even. This is not a, it can be used as a paint brush, if that makes sense, but I love a buffing motion a little bit more, or a sweeping than blending motion is how this has worked great for me.
Yeah, it also does a really good job with your bronzer as well. Like
yes,
if you have a liquid bronzer.
Again, the deeper the color, the darker the blush, the bronzer, don't hold it from up here. You know, be careful. If it's a very sheer bronzer, liquid bronzer, I think you're good. But the darker you go, or as we're going into summertime, your tan's not there yet, apply lighter application. The crispier you want to go, hold it closer there. So I think we hit all the questions. So to finish this up, and before we say our adieus, today we've learned so many things about what's important within quality in our tools, how to just make sure that it's not, you know, you can, an artist can paint with any paint, right? But the tools they paint with really does affect the artistry. And we should have pride in that. And we should have pride in high quality craftsmanship within products too. So to finish this off, is there any words, Stephanie, that you have to throw out to our beauty community?
I can't thank you guys so much for, you know, having me on Beautytap. I want to thank you, Johnny, so much as well for having us as well. But thank you so much. If you guys have questions or need any answers, feel free to DM us or to email us, and then we'll definitely get back to you for sure.